Hey guys, I'm Adam Burns.
I'm Jerry Bose.
And we are bringing it to you with another project update today. We're gonna hit 4 sites. No time to waste, let's burn some rubber. All right guys, site number 1 for today. This is the site of our 3 rental units here in South Boston. Last time we were over here, I think we were showing them some flooring going down. We wanted to show them the LVT flooring, which was something I'm actually really excited about for a rental property like this. So flooring was going down. We didn't see everything that we're gonna see today. There's been a ton of progress since then, right?
Yeah.
So what are we gonna see in there today?
Today you're gonna see the tile finished, the flooring is finished, all of the doors are hung,
Wow.
Trim, baseboard, cabinets. You'll see one completed kitchen where it's been painted. Yeah, there's been a lot of work. Plumbing fixtures are now installed, electrical is complete.
Wow, so a lot's happened over the last month since we've been here. Holy moly. Okay, let's go inside and check it out. I think this is gonna be some pretty exciting stuff. So past projects we've talked about having supply chain issues, and that actually wasn't a problem here on this one. We're standing here in one of the rental units and just looking at these cabinets that we actually have a couple of different manufacturers going on here. And what happened was back in 2017, we ended up inheriting cabinets from a project. We actually had 4 kitchens worth, and they've been sitting in our warehouse, and we've been looking for an opportunity to spend them, so to speak. So we had an opportunity here. We brought in the cabinets from the warehouse and we mixed in some of the new ones, but you know, what was the biggest challenge for you in doing that? I think kind of figuring out what we had was probably one of the bigger challenges.
Yeah, just figuring out what we had, unboxing them at the shop, making sure that they still had the correct labels on them after being in storage for so many years. But really there wasn't too bad. We had a kitchen design, we knew which sizes we needed, and then we adjusted as we needed to make the cabinets we had on hand fit. Like for example, behind me, we have a 6-inch filler here, not ideal, but we were able to burn up this cabinet instead of purchasing another one. But overall, it worked out pretty good. We got a lot of material out of storage, saved a few bucks, and it all looks great. It's all getting painted, so if the white's off a different shade, if it's a different shade of white, then you'll never know. So.
Yeah, why don't we go upstairs, you can see some of the cabinets being painted out and see the color that we're gonna be finished with. So like we were talking about downstairs, we wanted to bring you up to the 3rd floor to show you the cabinet color that we ended up choosing for this project. Like Jerry was saying downstairs, if there's any little variation in color between the cabinets, the old ones that we had and then the ones we kind of matched up with them in the same style, it really wasn't gonna matter here on this project because we were gonna go through and paint everything in the process anyways. So we went with this really nice, lovely sage green color. It's really gonna be offset by the hardware that we're gonna get on here. But looks like they did a pretty clean job here.
Yeah.
You know, how did they get these painted so well and not get paint everywhere?
Yeah, the painters did a great job. You can still see some remnants of the spray booth they had set up here on the ceiling, but they plastic off the whole entire unit, separating the kitchen from the rest of the unit. And that was really nice because it kept all of the dust as the finish guys were doing their work up here from getting on the cabinets as they did their prep. They sprayed it with a bonding primer and then 2 coats of the finished paint. They taped off the whole floor with plastic and cardboard to make sure no paint was getting on the floors. Yeah, they did a really nice job. Prep goes a long way.
Yeah, it sounds like everything, the devil's in the details, of course, but it sounds like with some good prep, it's going to be a successful process. Sure. Looks like they took all the doors off too, right? So they painted the boxes and the doors separately?
Yeah, they really did everything the way it's supposed to be done.
So basically like a factory finish at that point. So looks just as good to me, and I'm hoping the renters feel the same. All right, on to the next one. All right, guys, site number 2 for today. This is the site of our 7 condo units here in Dorchester. Looking beautiful. This is one of my favorites that we're gonna see today, and possibly favorites of all time. Last time you were here, gosh, what did you see? They were probably just working on some finish, getting things punched out, kind of waiting for that power to be hooked up and gas lines and everything so we can go through and test. But now they're clean. We actually got somebody living in one of the units. They just moved in yesterday, so that's super exciting. I guess this is finished product, so we're gonna take you in and show you that, but what else? Am I missing anything?
No, I think last time we saw them, we were just kind of waiting for Eversource to give us power and go through our inspection process. So it took 10 days from start to finish once we got power to get through all of our inspections, testing, and we're happy to have somebody moved in.
Yeah, that's one of the things that a lot of people fail to plan for, is that amount of time that it actually takes. You know, the building's done, but we don't have occupancy or the ability to actually move somebody in until all of these inspections are done.
Yeah.
So why don't we take you in and show you, we'll actually tell you a little bit more about the inspection process as we're inside. Pull back the curtain. Come on in. All right, guys, we're up here in one of the units. As you can see, things are looking beautiful and complete. We're all clean. As we said downstairs, got some people moving in already. We're sitting here enjoying this natural light and the beauty of the units, but obviously there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, more than just completing the building. We mentioned downstairs that a lot of that comes down to the inspections, which people fail to factor in a lot of the time. Talk to me about what happened from the time that we had power and gas and, you know, conceivably somebody could come in here and live. What happened after that? Why did it take 10 days or more?
Okay. Yeah, so the day that we received power, we actually went for our electrical inspection that night. So that was one inspection done. And then the following day, the plumbers had to come back. Now that they could ignite the stoves, they had to test everything, their water heaters, they had to get them all dialed into the right temperatures, make sure that we had hot water to all the fixtures. They got their plumbing inspection final the following Wednesday. Thursday, then we were able to schedule for the final building inspection. So we had that actually on Friday morning at 6:30. So that's 5 days right there. And then once we had power, we got the fire alarm company back during all those inspections. They had their pre-test that Friday actually, which then once they do their pre-test, they can then schedule with Boston Fire Department. So Monday we submitted all the paperwork to get on their schedule. And then because of vacations and people being out, we weren't actually able to get the fire department here to witness the fire alarm and sprinkler inspection until that Friday. Yep. At 5 o'clock. Once that's completed, then you can submit your certificate of occupancy paperwork to the city of Boston. Once you file that, you have another Boston Fire Department inspection, which is the life safety inspection.
Another one.
Yep. So after we went through that, we were able to schedule with them, and they came out and did their inspection after hours at 4 o'clock. Next day you can go back in and they print out your certificate of occupancy.
Whew. So a lot goes on behind the scenes from the time the building is done to the time the building can actually be occupied. So a lot goes into it, and you know, obviously I thank you for a job well done. You killed it on this one. It looks great. It smells great in here. Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, guys, so we are at site number 3 for today. This is our 19 residential and 1 commercial unit rental property here in South Boston. Super excited to get in here and show you this one. Just like the last one that we were at, we're home free. We're right at the finishing line and just working our way through inspections over there. They were done. Here, we'll talk to you a little bit more about inspections and the kind of nuance that can go along with it. Depending on building size, inspections can take more or less time than what we just talked about. So last time you were over here, we were finishing up some miscellaneous stuff inside. More of the same going on right now. They're putting some railings on the front of the building and just finishing up some panels. But the units, otherwise, I think when we get inside, what are they going to see?
Yeah, they're going to see finished units. I mean, we have a punch list we're going through primarily with paint, but the gas and plumbing's already been inspected for final sign-off. So we're anticipating electrical, fire alarm. We'll go through it all inside.
Cool. Let's check it out. All right, guys, we're going to take you upstairs in just a minute to show you the finishes and show you everything that's going on. We'll talk some more about inspections and final process there. But on our way up, we wanted to show you this because this is super exciting. So we have behind us our automated parking lift system, which is going in. And that's something that you didn't see last time you were here. So the company mobilized about, what, 3 weeks ago, would you say?
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
About 3 weeks ago. Dropped all their stuff in big crates. All this stuff comes over from Europe. Ours came from Germany on this one. They unbox it, they start putting it together, but we're really excited because space is at a premium in the city. And if we're gonna provide the kind of parking that we wanna provide, these solutions are the only way that we're gonna be able to do it. So you see that we have kind of 3 different stalls here, right? Those 3 stalls represent 3 cars. Well, we also have space below and we have space above. So what happens is actually only 2 cars that sit right here at the garage level at grade, and then there's 3 above and 3 below, and then those middle cars just kind of move whichever direction they need to move to allow a car to come up or a car to come down from above. So really making the best use of the space and the ceiling height that we have as well as the depth below. But we're gonna fit 8 cars in what previously would have only fit 3 cars. I don't know, am I missing anything or any other thoughts that you have? How has the install been going? I haven't been monitoring that as much as you have.
I think you did a great job explaining the lift. Install's been going okay. They were missing some parts to finish, which of course have to come from Germany. So we're waiting on that to finish. But as far as install goes, the guys did a good job. It was pretty quick. You can tell they do it often.
Like a big erector set.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't believe how many parts and pieces there were. This whole garage was full of material.
Wow.
But yeah.
And they found a home for all of it. So really excited to fire that up soon. That should be fired up probably in the next couple weeks here. So maybe when we do a final walkthrough here, we'll show you that running with the car on it. But when we head upstairs, we'll show you the units now. All right, guys, we're up here on the 3rd floor in one of the units. Obviously, everything is looking pristine, clean, ready to move into. We have lights, we have camera, we have action. But people can't move in here. And I think now is a good opportunity to talk about why a building like this takes longer to get through that whole process that we talked about of inspections and walkthroughs from the city. Why does a building like this take longer than, say, 7 units that we just were at?
Yeah, I mean, a building like this being 5 stories, 19 units, it does take a little bit longer. We have an elevator here, we have the car stacker, both which need to be inspected by the elevator board. But aside from that, we received power here Monday. So our goal was to be ready for when they turn the power on to move right into inspections. Right now the power's on, it's not just 7 units we're testing all the fire alarm. It's a lot more that goes into it. We have 19 units, we have a commercial space, we have a large garage, we have a lot more. We have standpipes in the hall, in the stairwells, all which have separate tamper switches. There's a lot that goes into that. So just the amount of time it takes to test, to make sure everything's good, get all the bugs worked out prior to calling in for inspection, just a lot more of that.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, so for here, we already have plumbing and gas signed off. Electrical, they're working all the kinks, as you can imagine. A building of this size, we've worked all week on that, so we're ready for inspection now. And then it's again the same as Dorset after that. It's 2 Boston Fire inspections, and at that time we'll be able to move people in.
Yeah, so it sounds like just more stuff to kind of get through testing. Obviously we understand that more units equals more problems, more things to work out. So obviously you're killing it, though. It's a testament to you and your abilities that plumbing's already signed off and other inspections are already scheduled and are ongoing, that those guys are ready to go the second the power was turned on.
Yeah.
And that, just goes to show that that's the bottleneck that gets turned on and we're off to the races. So within no time, we're gonna have people moving into this one, and it's just a matter of getting through those inspections. And I think the hardest thing is, and what people don't typically realize, is there's only usually one person or maybe 2 people in all the city that need to come and look at each building.
Yeah.
So that one person or those 2 people, if they're on vacation or they're out sick, everything is sliding along with that. Yeah. So it's a very delicate process and a very delicate balance that you need to strike between being done and actually getting through these inspections. So it looks beautiful. I'm sure everybody's gonna be super excited when they get in here and move in. So I wanna shake your hand and say another job well done, and on to the next, which we're gonna go show you right now. That one's fun. All right guys, 4th and final site for the day. We're gonna be spending a ton of time here going forward. This is the site of our 36 residential and 1 commercial unit rental property here in South Boston. Super excited to get going on this. Last time we did shoot a little video, you got to see the building and introduce the project a little bit, but we got our site all set up now. Looks like we're getting ready to do something, but what's on the docket? Talk to me.
All right, first thing we're gonna do is abate the roof. So there's some asbestos on the roof. So an abatement contractor's gonna come in, a couple days work there, and then we're gonna go right into demo right after that. And then we'll start excavating for the foundation and have our shoring company here at the same time. And yeah, so that's pretty much it.
What is a shoring company? What does that mean for everybody at home?
Yeah, so SOE stands for shoring of excavation, and we have to do that here. Mm-hmm. So what we're doing here is a timber lagging system. So they'll drive piles, and then they'll leave a crew after they drill their piles before we start excavation. They'll leave a crew on site to work alongside the excavation company, and they'll actually insert these timber lags as they excavate down into the piles that they drove. Okay,
so piles get driven, and we're adding these lags all the way down, and that's to support the earth on the outside of the excavation.
Right, earth retention.
So, the earth can't fall in on us, and it's safer for everybody involved, and safer for the sidewalks and everything around us. So that'll be super cool. Can't wait to show you guys that. I see something else super cool back there that I really want to take you back and take a look at. This big yellow monstrosity. So let's go look at that for a second. So this is what I wanted to bring you back here to see, guys. This yellow monstrosity. This thing's getting ready to just smash that building with a couple fell swoops, and this thing is huge, the sheer size of it. So you were just telling me before as we were walking up that this thing couldn't even get here during daylight hours because of some regulation. So how did it get here?
Yeah, so they had to trailer it at 4 a.m. this morning. DOT regulations won't allow it to cross the road between certain hours. So 4 a.m. they pulled a permit and they dropped it off.
So this guy was up early,
Yeah.
ready to rock. So hopefully next time you guys come back, we're gonna show you some new updates here. Tons of progress hopefully being made, but we're excited about this one. We're excited to get going. And we got some future projects in the pipeline as well that we're really excited to show you very, very soon. So for today, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.